right, take 3. Hi again, everybody. It is the 19th of March. The last time I saw you, it was on the 8th. So it's been a little bit. I didn't get to see you last week like I wanted. My husband decided to stay home every single day since we got back from Vegas, and so I didn't get a chance to film because he was here, and I don't like filming when other people are here. So I have some stuff to show you. I only worked on one piece since the last time, but I got, I think, quite a bit done on it. Nothing very exciting, but you know, sometimes that happens. But I also have some stuff from Stitcher's Paradise to show you, some haul, and I have some stuff that I worked on that is Stitchy related, but not, that I will show you guys. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. So, first off, what I worked on was my George Washington Crossing the Delaware that I'm doing with 111 other people, I think. No, yes. So, the last time you saw this, sorry, my needle was hanging off. It was only about halfway to where it is right now. So last time you'd only seen like this much of it. So there are 27 rows done. And the last time you saw it there was 14. So it will be twice as much as you saw last time, but I won't finish that until today. So I like how it's turning out. I haven't decided yet, so this is about halfway through the first row of pages, and I haven't decided if I want to continue this color all the way down the piece, or if I want to finish the row of pages and then go ahead and fill in the rest of the colors so I can just be completely done with them. So I probably am not going to decide until, the way I'm feeling right now is I'm just going to continue this color throughout the entire piece. But we'll kind of see how I feel once I get down to it. Now, the thing that's interesting with this is that I had wanted originally to do 2 rows a week of this color. Currently I'm at, like I said, row 27, and it is 25 days in, or 25 days since we started the project. So my plan is to at least have 1 row done per day, which will put me at should be about 2 years. There's 539 rows, I think, in the entire piece, which obviously there's 365 days a year, so that would only put me like a year and a half, but that's just for this color, so I still have to go back in and fill in all the rest of the colors. Which, there's not many. I think there's only like 4 other colors in this entire top section so far. But the whole piece only has 34 colors, and a lot of those is down at the hat, when the hat gets in here. So that's all the stitching I've done. Well, all of the cross stitching I've done. Let me show you guys really quick the colors that are in the piece. I think I mentioned last time that there is a lot of the same color, which there is, but these are all the this is all the floss that I'll need, and so it's all blues and grays. And like a tiny bit of brown. Like I think that's the only brown in it. So lots of the same type of stuff. Which isn't bad because, well, I want to say it's going quicker, but it's not going as quickly as I would like. Mainly because I keep getting new students, which is great, but it really cuts into my crafting time. after Vegas, I had a problem where my back went out, and so 7 rows of that piece were done between Saturday and Sunday. So great for stitching time, not so good for anything else. So we'll see how much I'm able to get done with it. If I could stay at 7. Stop eating that. Hey! Give me that. Sorry, my cat's eating the thread. So if I could keep at that pace, it would be great, because I finished like 3.5 rows a day, which would get me caught up in no time. But until then, like, I didn't get as much done in Vegas as I thought. I only got 2 rows done, 1 row there and 1 row on the way back. Just from, it was a shorter trip than I thought. I thought the drive was 5.5 hours. It's only like 4.5 to 5. And like, I had to give directions and all that stuff, so that took some of the time out. Plus, the road that we took to get onto the freeway was like this the entire time. I think they had added hills and stuff into it just so people wouldn't speed, but it made me a little sick, so I had to stop stitching for part of the car ride. But I did get, sorry, I gotta move you guys for just a sec. I got my 11-inch Q-snaps, which is what I was stitching it on. And so since I had the Q-snaps, I went ahead and made a grime guard for it. Because not only am I taking this project to Vegas, I am also taking it to Yosemite when we drive there for spring break, which is the week after next. It's about the same distance, so I'm sure I won't be doing that, but I'm sure I'll get probably a row done each day again. But so these are the Q-snap covers that I made. This is my stitching / non-stitching project. So if you can see, it is the Marauders map, and I did an inner liner on it. And I made a matching project bag. I actually had to make 2 project bags because the first one I screwed up on the measurements, and so it wasn't big enough. And so I just did a little, I need to put a clasp on it, but my lined project bag. I ran out of red. I didn't have enough to do the front of it, but that's fine. I didn't want to go back to the store. So, yep, my little project bag. It fits everything in it. I didn't actually use the grime guard as much as I was planning because I'm working the entire way across. I had to like move it so much that it almost wasn't worth it. But I like it. I'll use it for future projects as well. Most projects I only do a page at a time, which this would be great for. So I'm not mad I made it. Anyway, on to stash. So I mentioned that I went to Stitcher's Paradise and I bought the 53 that I need, which is the DMC variegated, cool color. Michael's and Joann's doesn't carry this near me, so I went ahead and picked some up for the Harry Potter's class schedule Sal from Armada Designs that I haven't started yet. Everything else I got was patterns. Since I had my mom and my husband with me, I didn't, sorry, I want to make sure I have everything. I didn't like want to spend too much time looking at beads and stuff, so I didn't. That's okay because I like the patterns that I got anyway, so you might have seen the Mira. So I got Andromeda. If you guys haven't seen these are really cool because throughout her dress, or throughout the piece, some of these like stars, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So some of these stars are done in glow in the dark. And so they actually form the Andromeda constellation, which I think is really cool. I'm going to save, I didn't buy the glow in the dark because I have some of the DMC, so I'll test it before I use it to make sure it still like is glow in the dark and stuff. But I'm going to save that for last, doing that bit of it. Just because, as you guys might know, glow in the dark tends to wear off over time. I also got Miss Goss Swallowtail. I did see somebody had did a conversion where they changed her dress color, and I liked that, so I might do that. I didn't get anything else for her as far as beads or anything like that, so, and she uses some Krynic, but she doesn't use any, and I don't have the Krynic either for it. I'm going to try to possibly do Petite Treasure Braid, but we'll have to see what the colors are and see if they work. I also got Miss Colombian Nymphalid. And I think her dress I'll keep the same color. I haven't quite decided yet, but because her dress is more gray and hers is like brownish. I'm just not a brown fan, so hers I might keep. The same thing, I didn't buy any beads or anything for her. The last pattern I bought was the Glendon Place Toil and Trouble. I'll take it out of the package, but I'm sure you guys have seen this one. But I love the colors in this. Probably would do it on a gray fabric, but the beads in this are kind of a bluish gray as well for the bubbles. So I might actually make those like a lime green. I'll see what I have in my stash. I have no idea when I'm going to start any of these, but this one actually isn't too bad as far as, I don't think this would take me long at all. It's 160 by 145. So yeah, I don't think that would take me long. And there's no 1/1 or anything. So we'll see. I just love the colors in it, and of course I'm a sucker for Halloween designs. So didn't buy that much. I only spent about 60 bucks, which is not bad. I have a feeling we're going to be going again. I know we're going again next year when the Raiders, the Los Angeles Raiders, or Oakland Raiders, which are now going to be Las Vegas Raiders, when they get out there, my husband wants to, or my father-in-law wants to meet us out there and go to a Raiders game. So we'll be out there next year, if not before. I'm sure we might go sometime this year. It was a fun trip, but it threw out my back, and so that's why I got so much stitching done this weekend. So I'm still recovering from that. Basically I can't move that much, and actually it's kind of starting to hurt by from sitting in this chair, so I'm going to be stitching after this. But while I was at Stitcher's Paradise, last time I was there I looked up behind the counter and they had all 7 of the Christmas Eve couriers lined up, and I kept thinking to myself, like, those are really pretty. You know how when you see something in person you want to stitch it more than just like seeing the package? Well, I'd kind of forgotten about it. I went up, made my purchases, and saw them again and fell in love again. So this just came in the mail today. So this is Dasher from the Christmas Eve Couriers. I'm going to get them all because I can't just have some. I wanted to get this one first because of all the beads that are like all around here, like all the snow and stuff. I've already thought of a fabric color. I would probably want to do a blue, like an icy blue and white. I haven't quite decided yet if I want this beginning part, because he's Dasher, so he's first, like you have Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, so on and so forth. So if he's in the front, he shouldn't have this, but then again Rudolph is in front, so I might keep these after all. But like all of these are beads as well, like the bigger ones. And it was kind of expensive to get everything, so I went ahead and just got the Mill Hill beads, but not the Mill Hill treasures. So I got 18010, which is this pretty like silvery, it's not focusing, silvery white color, which I think goes really well with these, which is the 10001. The pure white non-see-through 1009. I love these colors. These are 10034. So these are like gunmetal gray, or sorry, silver moon gray, I think is what they call it. And these ones are really pretty. These are, let me look at my order form, or my receipt. That's the wrong one. That's the Sister's Paradise one. These are the Brilliant Fuchsia. It's 10032. So these are used, I thought they would be used in the wreath that's on his back, but they're used not only there, but up here near his antlers as well. Or sorry, her antlers. If you guys haven't seen that, people are saying that all of Santa's reindeer are girls, are female, because they keep their antlers throughout the winter, which male deer do not. So trivia tip of the day. But anyway, so those are all the beads that I got with it. For some reason, when I order from 123 Stitch, I like to order all the beads and stuff as well, and I think it's just because it's so convenient to just go through the list and click each thing you want to add that's part of the pattern, because it's already automatically in there. But this one does have whisper thread, and it has Karen water lilies, and it has Krynic, so, and the treasures. But they all of the deer use the whisper thread and at least one of the colors of the Karen water lilies. So I will be getting those in a future order, which my birthday is coming up. 3 weeks, so the Monday of 3 weeks. So I might tell my husband, like I might make a list for him of things that I want, which will probably include these, like the rest of the stuff for here, and say hi, Moki. She just came up on my stuff. You get close up. Oh, so since my birthday's coming up, I want to get these. More than likely, I'm just going to end up buying something for myself, which is fine. But I also really want to get, I'm debating between two of the chatelaines. I either want to get, I had like a list of 6 for a while, and I narrowed it down to 2. So let me know in the comments what you guys like. My choices are either the Universe Kaleidoscope or the Sparkling Peacock. And they actually have now on 123 Stitch, they have Sparkling Peacock. So if I go with that one, I'll probably get the rest of this stuff at the same time. But I'm really leaning more towards the Universe. But of course I still have 8 other patterns to buy of the Couriers. So, and I also want to get the Cassiopeia Cassiopeia, how do you say her name? I don't know. Which is the companion piece to Andromeda. They don't look anything alike, so I don't need to get that one like right away. And I'm not, let's face it, I'm not going to be stitching these anytime soon because I still have this monster piece, which will take me, like I said, I'm going to make that my focus piece and just try to get that done as soon as possible so I can focus on stuff that I really want to stitch, but I still have a lot of projects on hold. Oh, and I also got, I was going to show you guys this too. I got this from Amazon today. It is a Logan mat cutter. I've never used a push style, so I'm curious to see how this works. But it had some pretty good reviews, and it was only 20 bucks. I didn't want to spend like a bunch of money. Like, 'cause they have a mat cutter that has everything with it. But that was like over $100, and I'm not going to be cutting that many mats, but I figured that would help with cutting and my own framing. So anyway, I have talked long enough. It's been about 20 minutes. So I will hopefully see you guys next week with another at least 7 rows done, but we'll see where I get to. And hopefully a non-hurting back, because I haven't been able to get out of bed in the morning. Like, I have to like finagle my way around, and I can't like roll over and sleep on my side because it just hurts too much. So yeah, it's been pretty miserable the last few days. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. I will see you, like I said, hopefully next week. It is Monday today, so I should have quite a bit of time to, if I can get 14 rows done, that would be freaking awesome. But at least 7 rows. And possibly some more stash. Alright, see you guys. Bye.